How do you go from this?
Cover that best receiver. Ball's there. He's in position. Just doesn't make the play.
Nussmeier looking. He connects. Lacy over the. Nussmeier under pressure and a touchdown, the second of the day.
To this.
Lacy jailed on charges stemming from fatal car crash. Former LSU wide receiver Lacy, accused of causing a crash that killed a 78-year-old man on December 17th and then fleeing the scene without rendering aid or calling authorities, turned himself in to authorities Sunday night, was jailed and released on a $151,000 bail, according to police records.
To this.
Former LSU wide receiver Lacy found dead in Houston at age 24. Former LSU receiver Lacy was found dead Saturday night in Houston, an LSU official confirmed to ESPN on Sunday.
From what I've seen, the negligent homicide, that's going to be 5. The hit and run with the serious injury or death is going to be 20. And then for the reckless operation, that was going to be 90 days in jail. So 25 years.
Well, tonight, former LSU wide receiver Lacy turned himself in on charges related to a hit and run that killed a man. Lacy declared for the draft after graduating in December. Now he could be charged with negligent homicide. Good evening and thanks so much for watching. I'm Whitney Miller. Lacy bonded out of jail less than 2 hours after turning himself in. We were the only news outlet there as he arrived at the Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office. You can see him enter the building and speak with several state troopers, then get led to the back. The crash happened last month in Jack Bay. State police say a Dodge Charger was driving southbound on Highway 20. The driver sped up and crossed into the northbound side to pass multiple cars in front of them, even though it was a no passing lane. A car in the northbound lane stopped to avoid being hit, which caused the car behind them to swerve and hit another vehicle head on. The Charger sped off and 3 people from 2 of those cars were taken to the hospital. One 78-year-old man, Herman Hall, died not long after. Investigators identified the Charger as belonging to Lacy. State police issued an arrest warrant for him, and tonight he turned himself in. Authorities tell us he faces charges of negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and
he decided to say, you know what, I can't own up to it. I'm just going to go ahead and take myself out. And I know I'm about to lose some subscribers here, but it is what it is. We have rules in place for a reason. When y'all are on these roads, the ones who decide to do this crap, because I know it's nobody on here, but when you decide to hit the lines where they're clearly telling you do not do that, it's because you cannot see what the hell is in front of you. You can't. That impatience that he showed, do y'all realize that when y'all, and obviously I'm not talking to anybody here, but do people realize, for us spectators, when these morons do this stuff, do they realize that that little 10 seconds that you might have gotten could change the next 10 years of your life? And unfortunately, here's happened. Nobody wakes up feeling any type of good about this at all. The little dude should have stayed his ass in his lane, and more than likely he was drinking, or more than likely he was high on something. He ran. Now, y'all can say, he was scared and stuff like that, and he didn't want to face the consequences. That's true. Very true. And that could be the case. But I'm not sure, because I know that if you hit somebody and you take off and you claim it later, it's better that your ass was sober when you hit him, because if you weren't, you're supposed to leave and then come back when you're sober, come back with a lawyer. You'll go to jail for about 10 hours, you'll get a bond, and then in 9 months, you guys will figure it out. That's how it goes. Ask if any of y'all got any friends or family members that are in law enforcement, they will tell you the exact same thing. Hence why when John Jones ran, he didn't get caught for a DUI and stuff like that. These things do factor in the mind. But let's take it a step further, man. Can I feel bad for Youngin? I can feel bad for his family. That's where it stops. I know some people are going to be pissed off. Oh, you're supposed to feel bad for him and all that. I just can't. I'm sorry. I think about that 78-year-old man and what he meant to his family. He could have been a patriarch of his family. Y'all don't know whose grandpa he just took. Y'all don't know the father he just took. Y'all don't know the family members who are impacted because of his selfish ass act. And it is.
Herman Hall's life is remembered in photos from beloved moments that are now cherished memories. The doting father, grandfather, and American hero served 2 tours in Vietnam, proudly fighting for his country.
He loved to garden. He loved to ride his bike. He used to ride his bike like 28 miles a day. I don't know. He just told great stories. He loved his family. He loved his friends.
His daughter, Heather Dickerson, remembers a happy home and a magical childhood.
He's a hard worker. He gave us a great life.
Hall's life was tragically cut short a week before this past Christmas, after Dickerson says her parents went to run some routine errands. When they were coming back home on Highway 20 near Perez Lane and Shack Bay, state police say a Dodge Charger, swerving and speeding, caused a major crash. Mangled metal is all that remains from the crushed cars, the front ends folding in from the intense impact. Inside the SUV were Dickerson's parents, who were both wearing seatbelts. Dickerson remembers calling her parents moments after the crash happened.
She said, "We just got in a wreck." I said, "You just got in a wreck? What are you talking about?" She said, we got in a head-on collision. The car's totaled." And I was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." She's like, "My chest hurts, but maybe it's from the seatbelt or the airbag."
As the investigation began, sources say state police found surveillance video from a nearby business that revealed LSU standout 24-year-old Kyron Lacy's Dodge Charger was involved in the crash. Investigators allege Lacy drove around the scene and fled south on LA Highway 20 without stopping to render aid, call emergency services, or report his involvement in the crash. The wreck so severe, Dickerson's mother broke multiple bones, but she was not really processing what had just happened.
And I was like, "Okay, well, how's Dad?" And she said, "He's fine. He's complaining that his back hurts." And I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Well, I have to go." And so she hangs up, and I was like, so then she calls me back. And she said, "Hey, they're gonna airlift your dad to UMC." I was like, "Wait, what? Airmed? What are you talking about? You said he was okay." She's like, "Oh, well, he will. He'll be fine." So apparently she was in shock.
Paramedics rushed Hall to New Orleans, where he was pronounced dead.
Touchdown! Kyron Lacy! And LSU wins!
Prior to the crash on December 17th, Thibodaux native Kyron Lacy had a future full of limitless possibilities. The 24-year-old just entered the NFL draft. He's a homegrown Bayou boy, graduating from Thibodaux High, eventually moving on to play football at the University of Louisiana Lafayette, where he quickly became a shining star. He transferred to LSU in 2022, where his performance on the field was revered by his college teammates and recruiters. During his 5-year collegiate career at the University of Louisiana Lafayette and LSU, he caught 162 passes for 2,360 yards and scored 26 touchdowns. Now, Lacy finds himself on the wrong side of the law, facing charges of negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation.
For someone to cause an accident like that and just keep going like it didn't matter, some just stupidity, honestly. How can you be in that much of a hurry? This is the time of year. There's cane trucks. We 2-lane roads. There's no shoulders. Highway 1, 308, Highway 20. It's dangerous roads. You need to be responsible.
Dickerson says she's in disbelief, losing her father 8 days before Christmas.
Tomorrow's never promised. You never know when your last day, your last breath will be.
She wants to see Lacy pay for his alleged actions.
I'm confident there will be justice, but no, I won't stop.
No matter who it is?
No, I don't care who it is. No, they wouldn't. If the tables were turned, if it were them, they wouldn't stop.
Hall's wife, who was driving the car, has a long road to recovery, I'm told state police are in communication with Lacy's lawyer, who says his client will turn himself in once he returns to Louisiana from a trip out of state. In Baton Rouge, I'm Chris Nakamoto.
And then it's furthermore selfish because when you take yourself away from your family members and your friends, it is selfish to X yourself out of here. So Youngin was a selfish young man. It is what it is. I know. You ain't supposed to say that, bro. I'm unsubscribing. Well, I mean, y'all expected me to keep it real. Because you know that I will. This is one of the realest I can give. And somebody can get on here and say, if it was your family member, well, it ain't. And if it was my family member, I'll tell them, hey, get your lawyer. Get ready to sit it down, bro. You made a hell of a decision to do this, and you owe that family for the rest of your life to fix it when you get out. That's what I would have said. But rest in peace, that youngin'. Rest in peace, everybody. Rest in peace, the 78-year-old man. And they prayers to the family, bro. That's all. Your death is something that happens. Once again, I'll continuously say this. Your death is something that happens to everybody, not just you.
2. I'm so lost for words. I'm speechless. I went to sleep 4 times and woke up to see if that was a dream when Mrs. Candace called me. All the talks, all the tears, everything. You know, God had us. You know we protected every day we wake up and go to sleep. I promise. I tell you this every day. I pray for your career, your health, everything. Every time I lay my head on that pillow at night, even if I fell asleep without saying my prayers, I wake up in the middle of night and still talk to God for you. 2, why would you leave me, bro? I had half a heart when Quan left me, and you just took the other half. I'll never be good on this earth again. We promised we had each other through it all. We did, but 2, why? If nobody was here for you, Rontrell is. You notice, bro, the dreams we had started to kick in. You making it to the NFL and me playing ball overseas. Our dreams was coming to reality. We talked and cried and laughed it off every day, bro. I can't effing do this stuff without you. Dog, I have no other words. I'm speechless. Big brother, love you. Infinity. Tell Quan I'm fine out here and y'all watch over me. And don't let me quit for nothing. I can't forget you. You was a legend. You received your flowers. I'll be fine, but give me some time, bro. Tuski God, F.
What the hell do you care? You're no longer here. You're gone. And yeah, I said it's selfish because I've had experienced this thing right here where people take themselves out of here. I've experienced in my teenage years, in my adulthood. So yeah, I kind of know a thing about this. And the first time I ever dealt with something like this was about 5 years old. So it just is what it is, man. Rest in peace, that young man. Maybe he felt like this was payment for the family of the people he hurt. Because y'all don't know, and we don't know. I don't know. We don't know what type of mental space that kid was in. Maybe he did feel ultimate guilt. Maybe he felt like he shouldn't be here anymore because of that decision. Maybe so. And if that's the case, then that's the case. But at certain points in times, you had to own up to your mistakes, to your actions, to things you've done. And it's on you to fix it. That way he just took out was the easy way out. The hard route would have been coming back after he got out of prison, because he was going to go to prison for sure. And fix it and get back right. See, some people can use their stories and their trauma to help other people over theirs. He could have been a shining example of what not to do to the youth within his own community. But we'll never know now. Subscribe, turn that bell, stay notified, share to keep your people aware. And if you don't like me after this, please don't bring your punk ass back.
Yeah, man, we just hit 200K. We on our way to 300, man. Subscribe today so you can find out how you can win an Xbox or a PlayStation, man. The details are on the way. This is how you know somebody is literally going to be in the drawing. Robin Minter, check him out, man. All we do is go down and we look and we see his subscriptions. Who does he have? He has Seti Nash right here. What also happens, take that off. Top commenter. That right here, public subscriber. So that's what you got to do, and make sure you share each video, and then you'll be entered to win. Shout out to Mike. Good luck. Subscribe, turn that bell, stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. I'll catch you on the next one.